Hey everyone, Bill here. Welcome to my shop. I've been working so much on getting the lathe up and running that I haven't really done any actual machining. So now that I've got this at least to a point where it is usable, I haven't finished all of the wiring yet, but that'll be the last video in the finalization of the wiring for the Clausing lathe. But for now, I've got the temporary setup. I've gone ahead and, it's safe. I've got all the grounding and everything in place. The only difference is the way the wires run. I'm actually just running out to the external outlet and plugging in rather than having the full switch set up and the hard wiring through the attic. So I'm going to save that for a later video. And for now, I'm going to do a little bit of work on the tool and cutter grinder that I've got. It's got 5/8 inch shafts on each side, and it has these little clamps for it only for one side. So the other side was missing them. It had the nut and it had a bunch of washers shoved on there so that the nut could tighten down and wouldn't fall off. It wouldn't be loose. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make some. So this is ever so slightly smaller, maybe 10 thou smaller than the external size of this, but looking it over, really the only precision part of this is the bore of this 5/8 hole so that it slips perfectly onto there. So that'll be the main piece that I'm working on for this particular cut. I'm going to go ahead and make as close to identical to this as I can get. Should be pretty dang close out of this chunk, and I need 2 of them. So let's get to it. So today was kind of a rainy day, but my son and Tails came down to give us a hand. Our little shop dog, you saw her when we were leveling the lathe. She liked to run around and make sure that we were doing a good job. And now we have Benjamin here. He's going to assist in cutting out this part and mostly supervise, make sure we're doing it right. Say hi to everybody.
Hi. Sorry, we kind of didn't have any audio for the first part. So please subscribe and like this video. You didn't hear anything about us doing this video. There's the center hole. We got it?
Hold on.
Okay.
Don't turn it on unless I say to, okay?
Okay.
Because it's very dangerous if we do anything and this starts spinning and I have my hand over there or I'm not ready for it.
Okay.
It's very dangerous.
Okay.
So, now we've got everything clear.
Yes.
We're ready. Now you can turn it on.
I hate the stretching noises.
Yeah. We're going to slow down the lathe, so we're going to put it into lower gear.
Doesn't it say turn only motors on?
That's for this part. This part you got to shift while it's turned off. This one says stop spindle before shifting. Alright, so now go ahead and turn the green button, turn it on.
So let me just quickly brush this.
Oh, you can't see. We got to move it forward first.
Let me just quickly
Now
brush
you can brush
this. I'm just going to be brushing this a little bit.
switched over to a boring bar so that we can bring out the final size of this.
Yeah,
I was thinking it was a 5/8, but it's actually larger than 5/8. So this is actually cut out to 625. That drill bit actually drilled fairly accurate. I was kind of surprised. It was like 624 and a half or so. Put the mic on the actual shaft and it's closer to 670. So I'm going to go ahead and use the boring bar and cut the hole out to 670.
What even is the boring bar? Is it the bit you're using?
Yep, this is called a boring bar.
Okay, guys, prepare to be not bored. Yeah. What are we trying to make anyways?
Remember I showed you it was
Oh yeah,
this part here
yeah.
for the grinder. And the most important part is this hole. The rest of it is all just has to be close, but the hole has to be perfect.
The hole has to be perfect.
Yep.
Not gonna add them up.
It's always good to have a helper.
Even though I'm in 5th grade math and I'm in 4th grade.
Alright, 663, so we're pretty close. Let me go ahead and
You need to get
touch off and try to get that
7,007
extra 7th out. Alright, hopefully this should be right on.
if it's 1,000th of an inch off, I will be so mad.
It could still be. 171, I think that's exactly where we need to be actually.
171 is the 1,000th of an inch off, but it's okay. Of course I went 4 and not 3.
Let's see how this looks.
Daddy, you didn't stop the recording.
Huh?
You didn't stop the recording.
Okay. Alright, for the next feature I gotta cut this little recess here. And it's about 140 thou in. Alright, that should count for that feature.
There you go. There you go. Pretty good. So that's out of luck.
Alright, let's give it a try.
So what is that gonna do?
So you see it's got a little bubble in it.
Ah,
It'll tell me
when it's straight.
when it's the right height. Alright.
Lock it in place. It should be good. Now comes the hopeful part. Yeah. Hope that this works. Everyone. This works, you have to subscribe and like.
There, and it's still cut really well. Didn't have any chatter or vibration on it. So that's a huge difference between having this big machine versus my little Logan. Would never be able to do something like that without it chattering up all over the place. So all that's left for this guy is to finish parting him off. I'll have to do some deburring and some cleanup on there. I think we might have ended up being a little bit thinner on this one, but alright, so the last parts that I needed for this were these holders for the wheels. So spacer for wheel, the 1.25 inch, and then for the other side. Those are the new ones that I made. Those are the original ones that came on it that I patterned off of.